A presidential removal Trump deporting hundreds. The Trump administration has deported over 200 individuals to El Salvador. The deportees are alleged members of the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua and the Salvadoran gang MS-13. This action has ignited a firestorm of controversy. Critics are questioning the legal basis for the deportations and the methods employed. The Trump administration insists it is acting within its rights. They claim these deportations are necessary for national security. The deportations come at a time of heightened tension between the United States and Central America. The Trump administration has made immigration a cornerstone of its policy agenda. They have implemented a number of measures aimed at reducing both legal and illegal immigration. These deportations are the latest example of the administration's hardline approach. The Trump administration has defended its actions, arguing that the deportations are necessary to protect the American people. They say these individuals pose a significant threat to public safety. The administration also claims that the deportations are being carried out in accordance with U.S. law. However, critics dispute these claims. They argue that the deportations are inhumane and illegal. They also say the administration is using the issue of immigration to distract from other problems. Legal quagmire. The Alien Enemies Act and its disputed use. At the heart of the legal controversy is the Trump administration's use of the Alien Enemies Act of 1798. This law allows the president to detain or deport non-citizens during times of war. The administration argues that the act's wartime provisions apply to the current fight against gangs like MS-13 and Tren de Aragua. They claim these gangs pose a threat equivalent to wartime enemies. Critics, however, argue that the Alien Enemies Act is being misused. They point out that the United States is not currently engaged in a declared war with any nation-state. Furthermore, they say the law was intended to be used against citizens of enemy nations, not against individuals based solely on alleged gang affiliation. The use of this law in the current context, they argue, sets a dangerous precedent. Adding fuel to the fire, a federal judge issued a temporary restraining order to block the deportations. The judge questioned the administration's broad interpretation of the Alien Enemies Act. He stated that the law does not give the president unchecked power to deport anyone he deems a threat. The administration, however, disregarded the court order. They argue that the court order was issued too late to be applicable. This disregard for a judicial order has further escalated the legal battle. Defying the courts. A timeline of bold actions and judicial pushback. The deportation saga unfolded rapidly, marked by a series of bold moves by the Trump administration and attempts by the judicial branch to assert its authority. On March 15, 2025, a federal judge, responding to a lawsuit filed by the American Civil Liberties Union, issued a temporary restraining order blocking the deportation of 5 Venezuelans. This initial order hinted at the legal battle to come. Undeterred, President Trump signed the executive order for the mass deportations later that night. By the morning of March 16, news of the order had leaked, and planes carrying the alleged gang members were already departing from Texas. As the day progressed, Judge James Boasberg, presiding over the ACLU case, issued a broader order demanding that the flights be turned around. However, the administration, arguing that the court's jurisdiction did not extend to international airspace, essentially ignored the order. By the evening of March 16, the flights were already over the Yucatan Peninsula, well beyond U.S. airspace. The following day, March 17, 238 alleged gang members arrived in El Salvador, where they were met by President Nayib Bukele and transferred to the Maximum Security Center for the Confinement of Terrorism. International ramifications and uncertain futures. The deportation of alleged gang members to El Salvador has sparked international controversy and raised questions about the future of U.S. immigration policy and its relationship with Central America. The use of the Alien Enemies Act in this case has drawn criticism from human rights groups and legal scholars, who argue that it sets a dangerous precedent for executive power. The Trump administration's defiance of the court order has further fueled concerns about the erosion of the rule of law. El Salvador's role in accepting the deportees, despite the legal challenges, has also been questioned. Critics argue that the country's human rights record and its ability to provide fair treatment to the deportees are in doubt. The financial agreement between the U.S. and El Salvador, While presented as a necessary measure to support El Salvador's efforts in detaining the deportees, has been criticized by some as a form of outsourcing the U.S.'s legal obligations. They argue that it allows the U.S. to circumvent its own legal system and potentially subject individuals to harsher treatment abroad. The legal battle over the deportations is far from over. While the Trump administration has requested a stay of the court order, it is expected to face an uphill battle in both the D.C. Circuit Court and the Supreme Court. The outcome of this case could have far-reaching implications for the balance of power between the branches of government and the future of U.S. immigration policy. Thanks for stopping by today, Hot Reels. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give it a like. Your support helps us bring you more amazing content. Stay connected with us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, Pinterest, and Threads for the latest updates and trending reels. Subscribe now and be part of the fun.